Another way, though, of adding to a data frame is to join two data frames together to create one bigger data frame. And we can do this using a method in Pandas called concat, as in concatenate. So let's imagine we've got two data frames here. We've got data frame A and data frame B. Data frame A contains Dan and Sammy, who are both trainers. Data frame B contains Mike and Tom, who neither of whom are trainers. If I wanted to join these into one large data frame, then I can use the concat method. So I say pd.concat. And then as my inputs, the first input would be a list of the data frames we want to smash together. And you can concatenate more than two if you wanted to, although I'd advise being careful with that. So a list of the ones that you want to smash together, and then an axis value, which would determine how these things get joined. Are you joining by adding rows, which we are in this case? We want to add, well, essentially we're building from these two data frames of 2 rows, we want to make a data frame that has 4 rows, or are we adding columns to it? But in this case, it's rows. We say axis equals 0, and then that will create one new data frame that I've called data frame C that contains both. Now you'll note in this example, we have entries with duplicate index values. We need to, if we were doing this for real, we need to do something about that because, and this. It depends how you're smashing things together. It may well be for what you are concatenating, they've got their own index values that are not the standard sort of pandas ones. But if you're putting together two pandas data frames that have just the standard pandas index, remember it will just start from 0 on each one. So when you put them together, you will have two entries with an index of 0 and two entries with an index of 1, and it does allow that in this way. I believe, because I think I tested it, if you try and look them up, it'll return both values, I think, from memory. I think it returns a list of both, but I might be wrong. Again, try it out. But generally speaking, you want to avoid that. So you should have a unique entry, even though Pandas allows you to do it here. You should then correct it and create a new index.